Hello everyone. Today, we are going to discuss a critical yet often overlooked component of digital marketing, missing trust signals. As we optimize high-traffic funnels, we frequently ask why visitors hesitate or why checkouts bleed revenue. The answer often lies not in our features, but in our lack of credibility. This session is about one of the most overlooked problems in e-commerce and digital marketing. Your visitors are hesitating, your checkout is losing money. And the reason behind both of those things is the same: missing trust signals. Let's break down exactly why trust is your most powerful conversion lever. Here is the core equation this entire deck is built on. Conversion equals trust plus clarity minus friction. Now look at the numbers on this slide. 96% of first-time visitors do not buy on their first visit. Not because they dislike your product, but because they are evaluating risk, not features. 70% of carts are abandoned, and the reason is not price. It is unresolved doubt sitting at checkout. And perhaps the most important number here, you have just 8 seconds before a user forms a trust impression about your brand. 8 seconds before they read a single word of your copy. Every single user who lands on your page is running 4 silent questions in their head. They never say these out loud, but every one of them is happening in real time. First, is this legit? If there is no brand story, outdated design, or missing contact information, distrust registers instantly. Second, will this work for me? Vague claims and missing use cases mean the user cannot see themselves in your outcome, so they leave. Third, is my money safe? No security badges, no clear payment process, missing SSL. Anxiety does not announce itself. It just kills the click. Fourth, what if this goes wrong? If there is no return policy visible, no guarantee near the button, the user runs a worst-case calculation in their head and decides it is not worth it. When any one of these 4 questions goes unanswered, the user leaves. Not loudly, just silently. Forever. This slide maps exactly where your revenue is leaking, and by how much. On the product page, around 65% of users drop off. They are evaluating credibility and finding no social proof near the call to action, just vague claims and generic imagery. At the pricing section, 20% drop because there is no value anchoring and hidden fees create doubt. At checkout, the biggest leak, 70% abandonment. No security badges, forced account creation, and a long form all combine to make the user reverse a decision they had already made. And on lead forms, 45% drop because it looks spammy. There is no privacy statement and no clarity on what happens after they submit. Design will not fix any of these. Copy will not either. Only trust signals placed at the exact right moment fix these. There are 5 types of trust signals, and each one resolves a different psychological fear. Social proof reduces risk by showing group validation. Others like me bought this and were happy. Authority signals borrow credibility from third parties like Forbes or industry certifications. Transparency removes ambiguity, and the brain reads ambiguity as threat, so clarity equals safety. Risk reversal, things like money-back guarantees and free trials, shifts the perceived risk from the buyer to you. And visual trust, a consistent and polished design, tells the brain that a real professional company operates here. Every single signal on this list targets one specific fear. Your job is to identify which of those fears are currently unanswered on your page. 6 common CRO mistakes cost real revenue. 1. Obsessing over design while ignoring credibility. A polished checkout with no security badge still fails. 2. Running tests on button colors when the page has no real reviews, no guarantee, and no founder story. You are optimizing the wrong variable. 3. Hiding shipping time and return policy in the footer. Users assume the worst when information is not visible. 4. Using generic social proof with no name, photo, or outcome. Users can detect fake reviews, and when they do, you have lost more than a sale. 5. Placing your guarantee on the frequently asked questions page instead of next to the buy button. The user asks, what if this fails at the highest intent moment and finds nothing? 6. Over-designing and under-trusting. Beautiful brand, zero human proof, zero conversion growth. The right trust signal in the wrong position does not convert. Placement is as important as the signal itself. Above the fold in the first 8 seconds, the user is deciding whether to stay. Put your social proof count, credibility badge, and star rating here immediately. Near the primary call to action, the user is deciding whether to click. This is where your guarantee badge, security icons, and a sharp testimonial must live. At checkout, this is the highest anxiety zone. Payment security seals, clear delivery and return information, and live chat access need to be visible before the form appears. And wherever users slow down on your page, those are your doubt zones. That is where trust signals must be densest. Your page architecture should be built around this conversion focus. The hook answers, why should I stay with a specific outcome? Not a vague claim like premium quality, but something like lose 12 kilos in 60 days or full refund. The value section answers, what do I actually get with benefits and transformation language, not feature lists. The proof section answers, has this worked for others with specific testimonials, names, photos, and real results. The trust section answers, why should I trust you with guarantees, security, and full transparency. And the call to action answers what happens when I click with a frictionless, specific next step and no surprises after the click. Remove any one of these layers and the psychological momentum of the entire page collapses. Let's examine a real-world e-commerce audit. Before implementing a trust system, the page had a 1.2% conversion rate and a 76% abandonment rate. By adding a full trust system, including reviews in the hero section, a 60-day money-back badge near the CTA, and visible shipping and return policies, the results were transformative. The conversion rate rose to 3.1%, and the customer acquisition cost dropped from $84 to just $33. Checkout abandonment was reduced to 51%. This proves that without changing the product or the creative, simply addressing the trust gap can fundamentally change the economics of your business. To simplify this, we use a 3-layer trust system. Layer 1 is credibility, proving the brand is legitimate with real stories and physical addresses. This gets the user to keep reading. Layer 2 is proof, using case studies and user-generated content to show the product works for people like them. This moves the user into purchase consideration. Layer 3 is safety, removing the fear of being wrong with guarantees and clear privacy policies. This is what finally makes the user click buy. It is not a checklist where you pick one. It is a layered system where each level must be in place before the next one can work effectively. Actionable plan to fix CRO rate. This week, your priority is to fix now. Add guarantee badges near your CTAs and make shipping policies visible above the fold. This month, you should test next. A/B. Test your testimonials and experiment with your guarantee language to find what resonates best. Finally, this quarter, you must scale. Build a comprehensive trust content library of video testimonials and develop an objection-based, frequently asked questions system derived from real customer data. Prioritize your actions by revenue impact, starting with the items that cost the least but earn the most. This systematic approach ensures continuous improvement and long-term conversion growth. In conclusion, remember this final insight. People do not buy because they are convinced. They buy because they feel safe. Trust is the ultimate conversion lever. It is not about the color of your button or the cleverness of your headline. It is about resolving doubt. Design is not a substitute for credibility, and beauty without proof will not convert. Every unanswered question in the user's mind is a leak in your revenue. By fixing these gaps, you allow your existing traffic to finally pay the ROI you deserve. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you implement these trust-driven growth strategies. If your advertising isn't delivering the results you expect, the problem may not be the budget, it may be the strategy. At Namster Marketing, we help businesses turn advertising into a predictable growth engine. Book a free consultation with our team, and let's explore how we can help scale your results.